Hello everyone. The following presentation is a brief summary and analysis of Act 4, Scene 5 of William Shakespeare's Hamlet. The scene opens with Gertrude and Horatio discussing the madness and insanity that has overcome Ophelia after her father Polonius's death. Ophelia enters singing to herself sorrowful songs about her father. What we can note here in terms of the theme of appearance versus reality is that Hamlet pretends and only appears to be mad, while Ophelia's insanity, on the other hand, is real. Claudius enters the scene. Ophelia's insanity makes him feel upset and it unsettles him. Ophelia changes the topic of her song. She now sings about girls who are seduced. Is this perhaps insight into the nature of her and Hamlet's relationship? This is something that is never clearly established in the play, and all we as readers can do is speculate. As she leaves, she makes a comment that Laertes, her brother, will know of Polonius, their father's death. Horatio also exits the scene, following Ophelia. Claudius mentions that the people of Denmark are also angry about Polonius's death. He states that Laertes has sailed back to Denmark. A messenger rushes in with news to say that Laertes is marching towards the castle Elsinore. He is at the forefront of a mob who are chanting Laertes King. Compare Laertes with Hamlet. As soon as Laertes hears of his father's murder, he returns to Denmark and almost starts a revolution. Unlike Hamlet, who hasn't really put anything into action. Gertrude exclaims that the mob and Laertes are blaming the wrong person for the death of Polonius. At this moment, Laertes bursts into the room. Claudius requests for everyone to remain calm. Laertes replies angrily that to be calm would mean that he didn't have a father to avenge, and that it would make him a bastard. He says he would risk being sent to hell if it meant he could get revenge for his father. Claudius confirms that Polonius is indeed dead, but Gertrude quickly comes to Claudius's defense once again and tells Laertes that it wasn't Claudius who killed Polonius. It's suspicious that Gertrude throws her own son Hamlet under the bus by exclaiming that Claudius is the innocent party. Is she protecting Claudius because it also means protecting herself? This is not the first time in the play we question whether Gertrude was involved in King Hamlet's murder, or if she was none the wiser to Claudius's malicious deeds. Also note again how, unlike Hamlet, Laertes acts immediately and comes back to Denmark raging and ready to fight for his father. Ophelia re-enters onto the stage. Her insanity is still evident. She continues singing and speaking in riddles. She appears to hand out various flowers. It is unclear from the original script if these flowers are real or imaginary. She hands Laertes flowers of rosemary to represent remembrance and pansies to represent thoughts. She hands Gertrude fennel to represent flattery and columbine for infidelity. She hands Claudius rue for bitterness and daisies to represent seduction. It is interesting to note how the flowers' symbols are applicable to each character. We know Ophelia and her brother had a close relationship as siblings, so flowers for thoughts and remembrance are fitting. We have speculated that perhaps Gertrude is not so innocent, and perhaps in Ophelia's madness there is an element of truth whereby Gertrude has fallen for Claudius's flattery and could have been unfaithful to King Hamlet. Claudius was most likely bitter towards his brother King Hamlet, and we speculate that he seduced Gertrude. Not only is Laertes fueled to seek revenge for his father, but he also now demands further vengeance for Ophelia's insanity. Ophelia leaves and she wishes God's blessings on everyone. Claudius asks Laertes to allow him to explain what happened to Polonius. He promises to hand over his crown to Laertes if Laertes finds his explanation unreasonable and unfair. We know that Claudius is a calculating and manipulative character. Note how he uses Laertes' fragile emotional state to his advantage. Claudius will manipulate Laertes to get him onto his side, the side against Hamlet. Thank you for watching this presentation on Act 4, Scene 5 of Hamlet. Please keep an eye out for more content on further scenes in Hamlet.